Yo, what's up guys? I hope you're all doing extremely well. Welcome to this video. In this video we're gonna talk about the MyGica ATV-195X Android TV stick. So we're gonna see what's good and what's bad about this TV stick, and I'm gonna say why I didn't like it. Okay, so let's get started. So this TV stick, it comes with an HDMI extension cable. So if your TV is mounted on the wall, you will be able to use that HDMI extension cable to use the TV stick even if your TV is mounted on the wall. So instead of going like this, plugged into your TV, it won't work if it's mounted to your wall. So with the HDMI extension cable, you'll be able to use it to put the TV stick like this. It comes with, the TV stick itself, an extension cable, an AC adapter, and also the controller. The box is pretty small and everything is there. You will be able to start using it right away. On the TV stick you have a USB port, you have a micro SD port, you also have the little port for the antenna, and you have the micro type B port, and with this port you just give the power to the TV stick. So the software on this TV stick is Android Marshmallow 6.0. It supports 4K, and if you're a technical person, it has a quad-core 64-bit ARM Cortex A53, which is up to 2 GHz CPU, and it has a pentacore ARM Mali 450 GPU. It has 2 GB of DDR3 and 8 GB of eMMC. Obviously it has Wi-Fi and HDMI 2.0. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about what I like about the TV stick. So what I like about it is that it is extremely simple to get started with. You just plug it in, you provide power, then you have like the initial setup. So you put in your Wi-Fi information, and then you will have the most popular and basic apps such as YouTube, also Netflix. So if you're a person that really wants a TV stick to watch YouTube or Netflix, right out of the box you'll be able to start using them very easily. Now if I talk about the performance of the TV stick, I didn't have any problems with it. It is pretty fast, everything is smooth. Sometimes it's a bit laggy, but it's not too much. I don't think you'll have to worry about it, but the performance is pretty good, and I don't think you'll have any problems even if you watch 4K. Now these are the pros of the TV stick. Now I'm gonna talk about the cons, and maybe they updated the problems of this TV stick, but with my TV stick I spent a lot of time trying to make it work properly, and I'm a technical person. I'm studying IT engineering and I have some experience with technology, so I really tried to do what I could to make this TV stick work properly, and I think I did a lot more steps than a normal person will do to make the TV stick work. So now I'm gonna talk about what is bad about this TV stick, the problems that I had with it, and why I don't recommend it to you. So I think that what I'm gonna say will be very helpful for the MyGica company if they're listening to this video, because they have a lot of improvements to make, and also for you if you're trying to really get a quality Android TV stick. So let's get started. Okay, so the first problem with this TV stick, it is the controller. So the controller, it works pretty well with YouTube and other apps, just to browse on the user interface that already comes with the TV stick. So for me in YouTube it works pretty well, in Kodi it works pretty well. However, when I went to Netflix, this TV stick won't be able to reach all the buttons on Netflix. And I think this is a big problem because Netflix is extremely popular, and normally I think that they should be sure that the TV stick works with the user interface before making a product on production. So with Netflix it works, but there's some buttons such as the top left button that gives more option that sometimes I'm not able to reach it only with the TV stick, and I think this is extremely bad and it is something to fix. Maybe they already fixed it, I don't know, but in my case it doesn't work properly, and it's also the same thing with other apps. But with other apps I can understand it. Sometimes the app is not improved for Android TV. If the app is not made for Android TV, then it's kind of obvious that maybe it won't work with some apps. But if the app is made for Android TV, and more importantly it is Netflix, which is extremely popular and a lot of persons use it, I will expect that the TV stick work perfectly with it. It doesn't do, so this is the first thing that they have to improve, and one of the things that I don't like with the remote. Another thing about the remote is that it works with Bluetooth. If you're close to the TV stick, the remote will be able to communicate properly with the TV stick. However, if you're far away, and I'm saying far away but not too far away, sometimes the remote won't be able to communicate properly with the TV stick. So you will press like the top arrow, and if it doesn't communicate well, it will try to keep sending the information, the data to the TV stick, and when it's able to reach the TV stick, sometimes some errors will occur. So maybe you clicked one time, it will go like 4 times up. So this is another thing that I don't really like about it. The Bluetooth distance communication with the TV stick is not very good. Now I'm gonna talk about the biggest problem of this TV stick, and this is like the main thing of why I don't like it. So with the TV stick, you'll be able to connect to your router even if it's 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. So that is nice. However, the internet speed that this TV stick gets is extremely bad. So the first problem that I got with this TV stick when I first bought it is that I use Kodi with my parents and we watch Colombian TV. So at one point when we started using it, it worked properly. So I was able to watch Colombia TV, stream from Kodi very easily. It worked very well. And then one day, it just didn't work. So I really spent like 4 or 5 hours trying to see if it was just the stream that was bad, if it was Kodi that was not configured properly. And I really tried to debug and see what is the problem. And after like 4 hours, 5 hours, I was kind of tired, was late. I wanted to go to sleep, and before just giving up, I saw the antenna and I thought, okay, maybe it is the way the antenna is pointing. So it was pointing up. I thought about it and was okay, let's just try this before I go to sleep, and I just turned it down, and it went from 2 megabits per second to 15 megabits per second. So this is something that's very weird. Just by changing the angle of the antenna, you really get a drastic internet speed change. So this is pretty important, the antenna and the way it's pointing. However, it's not consistent. So even if I'm at the exact same spot, another day I will have to make it point up or 45 degrees up or 45 degrees down. It just depends on the day, and I think it is very frustrating. And I don't think anyone has time to waste to just try to figure out the way the antenna should point at to get the best internet speed. So this is the main thing that I don't like about the TV stick, the internet speed. And you know, internet speed is the main thing for everything. So if you have your TV stick that works extremely well, but you have a shitty internet speed, you won't be able to watch anything. So for me, Kodi, I just wasn't able to watch TV with it because the internet speed on the TV stick is very bad most of the time. And YouTube and Netflix, it works. It is a bit slow, however, it works. It is not as a stream like in Kodi. If you're not able to get the proper speed, you won't be able to connect to the TV show. However, in YouTube you have different quality, so it will start with very bad quality and then it will make the quality of the video better, and it's the same thing for Netflix. So for me, this is the main thing that I don't like about the TV stick, and this is why I don't think you should buy it, because the internet speed that this TV stick gets is just too bad. At home I have 25 megabits per second, and most of the time I get about 2 megabits per second. The fastest that I got was 15 megabits per second. Now, after I saw that problem, I thought, okay, maybe they did a firmware update or a software update, so I'm gonna go and search for it. So I wasn't able to find it directly on the web. However, they have a very good support team which is able to help you. So I'll guess if you have basic questions about the TV stick, the support team that they have will be good enough. However, if it's more technical questions such as my problem, it will not always be a very good support, and I didn't like the support, honestly. So I called the company. I wasn't able to talk with someone. Then I went to the online chat and I was able to talk to a guy. So that guy, he sent me a link and he told me follow the steps. And at one point it says to look at a hole that is on top of the TV stick and press it down while giving power to your TV stick for 15 seconds, and then you will get to a screen where you're gonna be able to choose an option to update the firmware from an external SD card. However, what is wrong about my TV stick is that it doesn't have any holes. Like, I couldn't understand the guide to update the firmware because it was the exact same model. So I found it weird that it didn't have any holes. And then I looked at my manual and I looked at the picture of my manual and it had 2 holes. I went to internet to look at the pictures of my TV stick and it has 2 holes. And I just didn't understand that, and I started talking to that guy and I told him, okay, so my TV stick, it doesn't have 2 holes on top of it. I don't understand why it doesn't have it. In the pictures I see that it has 2 holes on top of it. Do you know why? And then that guy, he didn't know. He told me that he will contact me the next day. He will try to contact a level 2 person of the support team. The same day he wasn't able to just contact the level 2 person, so next day he contacted me and he told me, okay, you don't need to use the holes, you just have to use the user interface, and from there you'll be able to do a factory reset. But I don't want to do a factory reset, I just want to upgrade the firmware. So there was kind of a lot of confusion. And then I went back to talk to him the other day. It was the exact same guy and he didn't understand properly, I don't know why, but he thought that I just wanted to make a factory reset when the other day I told him that my Wi-Fi wasn't working properly. He suggested me to update my firmware, but I told him that I didn't have the 2 holes in order to make the update of the firmware. And then I was kind of frustrated and I thought, okay, maybe the thing that covers the TV stick doesn't have the 2 holes, but if I remove it, maybe I will see the 2 holes. And I did it. I removed this thing that covers the TV stick and I saw 2 holes on top of it. So I was, okay, this is very weird. And maybe they did an error while making this TV stick, but I did it and then I tried to update my firmware. And what happened? I was able to get to the screen where you can choose update from an external SD card. I had the firmware installed on my SD card, I had my SD card on the TV stick, and then I tried to select the second option. So I have to click down and I have to click on OK. However, at that step, the TV stick is not able to communicate with the Bluetooth remote. I tried with a mouse, it is not able to communicate with a mouse. I tried with a keyboard, it is not able to communicate with a keyboard. So basically it is just impossible to make the firmware update. And then I contacted back that guy, I explained that to him, he didn't understand. We went to talk on the phone and then he was frustrated. He thought that I didn't follow all the steps that he told me and he kind of started insulting me and we had a bad conversation, very bad support, sorry MyGica, but sometimes if you want to make a good product, make sure that everything is well made, because for me, I spent a ton of hours trying to look and update the firmware and see what didn't work properly. It's just that your product is not well made. Sorry, but that's the truth. If you want to make a product, please make sure that everything works properly. That if you have steps on your website, every customer will be able to make the steps there. And if you make an error while making a production such as this TV stick, which doesn't have the 2 holes, make sure to include a note. Okay, from this date to this date we did an error, we shipped some TV stick that don't have this feature. If you have one, please contact us, we're gonna help you. But for me, the support was just extremely bad and I just don't liked it. And the person that initially tried to help me, he was not respectful, and basically at the end he just told me, okay, contact the team to see if we can if you can ship the TV stick to us and maybe we're gonna give you another one. At this point I spent like more than 7 hours trying to debug this TV stick. Do you think that I really want to go out and just pay for shipping to bring it to their company, wait more time? Like, it's just too much time wasted and I'm tired of it. So this is the biggest thing that I didn't like about the TV stick. The Wi-Fi is extremely bad. then the support team is extremely bad and they are not respectful. Then they did a product but it's not well made, you know, like the instructions, they are there, but the instructions are impossible to do because the software of the TV stick and also the hardware, not the hardware but like how it's made, it's not made as in the instructions, so you won't be able to follow them exactly. So in my experience, I don't like this TV stick because first, it was about $100 Canadian, so about $80 USD. So it's kind of expensive. If it was very inexpensive, maybe I will be able to understand the problems that they have, but it is kind of expensive. And for that price, we'll be able to get other TV sticks that are way better. So the price too high, the quality too low, the support team is not good, and basic things such as Wi-Fi and instructions are not well made. The TV stick is not well made. So this is why I don't like this TV stick and why I don't recommend it to you. I had a very bad experience with it, and this is why I'm making this video, just to make sure that if maybe you want to buy this TV stick, I don't think you should buy it. And at the same time, it is a video for MyGica. If you watch this video, please understand that the instructions that you have online are not well done, and please understand that you have to improve before delivering a product to customers. Please make sure that everything that you have on your website, all the instructions, everything works properly before delivering a product to customers. So I know that with technology we're not able to make everything work properly from the first time. However, I think that to make the firmware updates, it shouldn't be that hard and it should work if you have the instructions out there. If you have the instructions out there, it's because someone tested them. Okay guys, so I hope you like this video. I hope it gives you a better idea about this TV stick, and I hope it will help MyGica team to make better products and improve this TV stick. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye and take care.